Wireless communication for emergency and disaster management. Wireless communication has become an integral part of emergency and disaster management in recent years. From hurricanes and earthquakes to terrorist attacks and wildfires, there are countless situations where emergency responders need to be able to communicate quickly and effectively to save lives. In this article, we will explore the ways that wireless communication is being utilized for emergency and disaster management, as well as the challenges and future developments in this field. One of the most vital uses of wireless communication in emergency management is situational awareness. This information is crucial for determining the appropriate response and allocating resources effectively. Another important use of wireless communication in emergency management is for communication between responders and victims. In many emergencies, victims may be injured or trapped, making it difficult or impossible for them to communicate their location or condition to emergency personnel. Wireless communication can also be used to coordinate the response efforts of emergency personnel. This can be especially important in situations where there are limited resources or hazardous conduct that require a coordinated approach. One of the biggest challenges facing wireless communication for emergency and disaster management is the need for robust and reliable communication networks. In many emergency situations, existing communications infrastructure may be damaged or overloaded, making it difficult for responders to communicate effectively. As a result, many emergency management agencies are investing in mobile communication solutions that can be quickly deployed and provide necessary network resources when they are needed. Another challenge is interoperability between different communication systems. Different emergency management agencies may use different communication systems, which can make it difficult to coordinate efforts during a crisis. To overcome this challenge, many agencies are working to develop standardized communication protocols and to invest in equipment that can integrate with a wide range of communication systems. Despite these challenges, wireless communication for emergency and disaster management continues to evolve and become more effective. One promising area of development is the use of drones for emergency communication. This can be especially useful for providing communication capabilities in remote or inaccessible areas. In addition to drones, there are numerous other emerging technologies that are being developed for emergency communication. For example, satellite communication systems can provide reliable tie-in capabilities in areas where terrestrial infrastructure is unavailable or unreliable. Augmented reality and virtual reality technologies can provide responders with a real-time view of the crisis situation, allowing them to more effectively coordinate their efforts. And artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies can be used to analyze data from various sources and provide insights into the crisis situation. As wireless communication technologies continue to evolve, emergency and disaster management agencies will need to stay current with the latest developments in order to effectively respond to crises. This will require ongoing investment in advanced communication equipment, as well as the development of new standards and protocols for interoperability. Another important consideration for emergency and disaster management agencies is the need for effective risk communication. During a crisis, it is essential to provide clear and accurate information to the public about the situation, the risks involved, and the steps that are being taken to mitigate those risks. Wireless communication technologies such as social media, emergency alert systems, And mobile apps can be powerful tools for disseminating information quickly and widely to a broad audience. However, it is also important to recognize that not all members of the public will have access to these technologies or be proficient in using them. Emergency management agencies must therefore develop strategies for reaching those who may be more vulnerable or marginalized, such as elderly or low-income populations. Privacy and security are also important considerations in the use of wireless communication for emergency and disaster management. During a crisis, it may be necessary to collect and share sensitive personal information about victims and responders in order to coordinate response efforts effectively. This information must be protected from unauthorized access or use, and emergency management agencies must develop robust security protocols to ensure that sensitive information is protected. For example, the use of drones for emergency communication raises questions about the use of surveillance and potential violations of privacy. As with any technology, it is important to approach the use of wireless communication for emergency and disaster management with a critical eye towards potential risks and unintended consequences. Despite these challenges, there is no doubt that wireless communication technologies have the potential to revolutionize emergency and disaster management. Over the coming years and decades, we can expect to see continued innovation and investment in these technologies, as well as the development of new strategies and protocols for their effective use. As we adapt to the new realities of a rapidly changing world, wireless communication will remain a critical tool for keeping people safe in times of crisis. Another important aspect of wireless communication in emergency and disaster management is the use of social media as a tool for monitoring and responding to crises. During a crisis, social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook can provide real-time updates and information about the situation as it unfolds. This can be incredibly valuable for emergency responders, who can use this time to quickly adjust their response strategies and allocate resources where they are needed most. However, there are also risks associated with the use of social media in emergency and disaster management. For example, false information or rumors can quickly spread on social media, causing confusion and potentially endangering lives. Emergency management agencies must therefore have protocols in place for verifying information and responding to false information in a timely and effective manner. Another challenge associated with the use of wireless communication in emergency and disaster management is the need for adequate training and education for emergency responders. Emergency management agencies must therefore invest in training and education programs that prepare responders to effectively use wireless communication technologies in crisis situations. This includes training on the use of specific technologies as well as more general training on crisis communication, risk assessment, and decision-making. Finally, it is important to note that wireless communication is not a panacea for all the challenges associated with emergency and disaster management. By doing so, we can ensure that these technologies are used effectively and responsibly to support the safety and well-being of communities affected by disasters and emergencies around the world. Thanks for watching.